Suite de notre aventure dans GREEDFALL. Alors après avoir trouvé des médecins pour Constantin et d'avoir réussi les épreuves des eaux, on retourne voir notre ami très malade pour lui parler du sanctuaire. On a eu de nouvelles informations pour notre quête. Oula, il y a du monde.
Lieutenant, I demand an explanation. Tell us what is going on. We haven't heard anything about Lord d'Orsay's condition in spite of our inquiries. We are extremely worried. And then all of a sudden one of his guards appears, shaken and on his own, though he is part of his retinue.
Please, allow me the chance to shed some light, my lady.
Your soldier is nothing more than a coward for abandoning his highness.
Tell me, what is going on?
This soldier has just reported in. He is asking for reinforcements. He believes that Lord d'Orsay has been attacked.
He believes. He ran here without full knowledge of what happened firsthand.
I was sent on patrol far from the camp, but I heard screams, from men and from beasts. I wanted to return to camp, but then I heard a deafening sound, grinding, like a landslide. I thought then it would be best just to go and get help.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You are dismissed. I would like to have a discussion with this man alone.
Yes, sir.
My lady, could you lead these fine people into the hallway, if you would be so kind?
Certainly. I deplore this
Il
embarrassing
sait
turn of
comment
events.
parler
But know that
diplomatique.
you have my full support in all circumstances.
In the interest of avoiding a general panic, tell me precisely what happened back there.
Your cousin ordered us to escort him beyond the town limits. The islander convinced him to go on some journey.
By islander, do you mean the Denegad that came to treat his affliction?
Yes, a strange bird. Missing more than one feather, you ask me, sir. I was ordered to set up patrol along a small path, rather far from the rest of the company. I was told to protect our perimeter from anyone wandering along. According to the islander, it was the only access to their planned destination. I did my rounds for quite some time. Not a soul came along. But then I heard cries a ways off, and I went running to help. I heard an enormous crashing sound like an avalanche of rocks. So then I turned right back around.
And you ran all the way here? Do you know precisely where the company was when you heard these sounds?
No, not precisely. I hadn't gone there. But I could show you where I was posted. The islander said they were following the path, but he was quite a ways ahead when I lost sight of them.
Why didn't you go and look for yourself? To see if they had been buried by a rock slide?
What? Alone? What could I have done? It seemed of greater urgency to go and get help.
I'm still having trouble deciding if cowardice or intelligence got the best of you. But that's a question for your superiors. My cousin was quite weak. Do you know why he decided to follow the Denegad?
His Highness was feeling much better. The potions that he was drinking must have been potent. I mean to show no disrespect to His Highness, but that islander had the high ground in the War of Wits. I wasn't privy to their counsel. I haven't the beginning of an explanation for the expedition, but your cousin was all full of enthusiasm and ordered that we set out as quick as we could make ready.
That sounds like him. What sort of mess has he gotten himself into? Again?
I am sorry, sir, but I don't know anything else I could tell you.
Dismissed, soldier. Looks like I'm going on an expedition.
Thank you, sir.
Sur les traces du Haut-Roi. Interroger. Ça, ok. Et à la recherche de Constantin. On va peut-être s'intéresser à son sort à lui quand même. Hein. C'est notre ami. C'est le Val du Grand Combat où on va aller. Alors, on est déjà venu un petit peu ici. Mais pas dans la zone de la suite de la mission.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle. May the shadow engulf our
This is the camp that Constantine's escort must have established.
It looks more like a battlefield. I hope that Omegad and your cousin survived the fight.
Search the zone. Let's see if we can find any clues as to what's happened here. The tents were lacerated by what looks like claws, and there are traces of blood everywhere. Some of these men must have been attacked in their sleep. By beasts? Most of the weapons are missing. Our soldiers wouldn't have taken a rest without defenses. Our soldiers were attacked by surprise, and there were animals among the assailants. However, our men reacted properly. They were armed and they fled as best they could. There are no bodies, and no sign of Constantine or Catasac's presence here. Perhaps they were in another place, and the soldiers wanted to join them. We need to follow the tracks. This area has been trampled. An entire stampede passed by here. Our soldiers must have fled the zone and taken this path followed by their assailants. This is a sacred place of a native cult. No doubt this is where Catasac and Constantine were going.
It isn't really a place of a cult, but rather a place of anchoring. A place where Donegada perform a ritual to become Sinol Menawi. These places are charged with great energy. Perhaps Catasac wanted to use it to bring relief to your cousin.
Perhaps. There are bodies, and without a doubt there was fighting here. Search the place. Let's see what we are able to find.
C'est marrant, on dirait un truc de sacrifice,
This
ça.
blade is a native ritual knife. And this bowl contained a potion. Someone wanted to perform a ritual here. Could Catasac have found a better means to alleviate Constantine's symptoms?
Ça me rappelle la série Viking où sans arrêt ils font des sacrifices.
Crater, without a doubt caused by an explosive potion. The soldiers might have been carrying them. They must have been desperate to have taken such drastic measures. The corpses of both men and beasts. These soldiers fought dearly until the end. Neither Constantine nor Catasac are among them. Constantine and Catasac must have been visiting this place. Perhaps performing some sort of healing ritual. When the attack took place, the soldiers intervened, and many fell during the fight. But a group was able to escape down this path. We need to continue following their tracks.
Ok.
More tracks. Footprints. They must have fled this way. Strange.
Ouais.
These trees look half calcinated, as if they were exposed to immense heat. These weapons are in terrible condition. Whatever did these men come up against?
C'est bizarre le changement de musique
Another
là.
burnt tree. This path seems to have been scorched in flames.
Là, il y a du monde, hein.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle.
No signs of an explosion. I can't believe that our soldiers could be carrying so many explosive potions. These poor soldiers were torn to pieces. Animals again, or something else.
Continue.
New footprints. It looks as if a group met up with them.
Il y avait du
and took
monde
this
et...
path. There was more fighting over here.
Encore des grosses bestioles. Je
There
connais
are
pas
not
trop
only the
Zelda.
corpses of our own men, but where could these other soldiers have come from?
Alors attends, il y a...
More signs of explosions. But what were they doing with all these explosives?
Ah, il y a encore des trucs que je dois voir, mais c'est pas évident.
There are footprints. Only a handful made it up to here.
Ah, en fait, c'était les traces de pas, fallait continuer. C'est quoi ça? Note de travail. Ah oui, le professeur. Un des fils conducteurs du jeu.
Path stops on this overhang, and despite signs of a skirmish, I can't see any sign of Constantin or Katasach.
Sacré bestiole là.
These rocks were broken, as if they had taken cannon fire. What could have happened here?
Maybe enlighten protect me in this battle. Your armor is falling apart.
Bravo lui hein.
The shadow engulf our enemies.
I don't recognize these men. Still more unknown soldiers. Could they have been responsible for the attack? This one is carrying a letter. Let's see. According to this note, these men came from a nearby camp, an old outpost of the Alliance taken over by the Coin Guard. They could well have decided to finish what they'd planned in New Serene.
Il y a encore des trucs à choper alors attends. Parce qu'on dirait un cul-de-sac quand même hein. Je vois pas trop. Ah.
I recognize this sack. It's my cousin's. Oh, Constantin, what have you gotten yourself into again? These vials look familiar. Katasach used the very same to stock his potions. He must have come here. I'm going to pick them up. Very well. Let's sum things up. Constantin and Katasach definitely came through here to perform some sort of ritual, but they were attacked. An attack obviously involving wild animals. And then there are these traces of inexplicable flames. Could it be magic?
You cannot suspect my people are behind this attack. You have strayed far from the path. No one would have attacked Katasach.
Unless he himself was behind it. He is a powerful Donegad. The beasts obey him.
How could you even think something like that? He is a healer. He brought comfort to your cousin.
Perhaps he only did it to gain our trust. With Constantin captive, he now has leverage to apply to the colonists and force them to accept his conditions. But in all truth, I have no idea what to think. But regardless of who is guilty, I must find my cousin. We could return to Wenchavier to learn more. Perhaps Katasach returned there. Or maybe his Voglendai could tell us where to find him. We are also going to have to visit the outpost. Their soldiers were involved in the combat, or at least the end of it. They must have some stories for us.
That trail seems a better one to follow. Katasach is a good man, but the soldiers and the lions have already betrayed you.
That's true. But I do not see how they could have made these animals obey them. However, one way or another, Constantin is in danger. Let us be on our way without further delay.
Non, c'est autre chose. Que je vérifie que je sois bien dans la bonne mission. Interroger. Enquêter l'avant-poste de l'Alliance. Parce que si c'est ici, je vais peut-être pas repartir. Ouais. Donc la question c'est comment on y accède, peut-être en descendant par là. Ouais, effectivement, en repartant par là. Là ici c'était une zone de preuve. Il y a un petit sentier. Je pense qu'on va pouvoir se rapprocher de l'avant-poste.
the enlightened protect me in
Je sais
this
pas si je
battle.
peux vraiment le... Si je m'éloigne. On continue. Finalement, je pouvais pas prendre d'objet tant que j'avais pas affronté les bestioles. Si on les a éliminés, là on peut se rapprocher très vite de notre point d'intérêt. Ouais, on va pouvoir y accéder. Ça c'est cool.
Colonials? You must have gotten lost to have come
Non,
this far
non,
from
on est
nowhere.
là de notre plein gré.
To whom do I owe the honor?
Desardet. I am legate of the congregation of merchants on this island.
A legate? Here? Pardon my dismay, but we don't get many official sorts around here. I am Captain Idris, of the Coin Guard. I am the ranking officer in charge of this outpost. What can I do for you, sir?
I'm looking for Constantin d'Orsay, the island governor of the congregation of merchants.
A governor? Here? Whatever would he be doing in this rattle?
My cousin was part of an expedition in this region. His men and his camp were attacked. They nearly all died. But we found no trace of his body, which has us hoping that he may still be alive. Wounded and holding up somewhere, or even captured.
Have you cast your suspicions in our direction? I hope this is a joke. We've had neither reinforcements nor supplies for weeks. In my book, we've been totally forgotten. I wouldn't risk the few lives remaining to attack a governor's camp. I'm not crazy. I'm truly sorry for your cousin, Excellency, but we haven't seen him. And we definitely haven't kidnapped him. The region is dangerous. The natives are heartless. You should be looking in their direction.
You do know that we found the bodies of several men from the garrison up there, don't you?
How could you be sure?
One of them was carrying a note, signed by your hand.
Then they are dead. I had hoped they'd have survived and would eventually return.
Explain yourself, Captain. What were your men doing on the clifftop?
They were monitoring the zone. They were to warn us of any troop movements. We have lost too many men to surprise attacks. We decided to take initiative and be ready. Yesterday, we heard screams and saw some strange lights up there. But I was hoping...
And you didn't go and see for yourself? You hear screams, certainly those of your own men, and you don't do anything.
So the last of my men give up their lives for nothing as well? You can think of me as a coward if you like. But me, I'm taking no more unnecessary risks.
Why do I have the feeling that you're holding something back from me?
On va d'abord
I
insister, hein,
understand what you're feeling.
dans le fil de
The
la
pain
thune.
of seeing your men fall one after the other. The feeling of being abandoned by your leaders. The anger. But if you know anything, speak. My cousin is not one of them.
I don't know what to tell you, Excellency. I haven't stepped a foot outside camp.
I can see how difficult your present situation has become. I'm certain you haven't been paid either for quite some time. I cannot solve all of your problems. But what would you say if I took care of that one, at least?
A little gold would certainly improve the morale of my men. One of the men I'd posted there returned during the night.
A survivor? Excellent. Did he tell you what happened?
He wasn't able to say a word. He collapsed unconscious 2 steps past the doorway. Our nurse sits with him, but there is little hope that he will come back to himself. His wounds are extremely serious. He's just refusing to die.
I'm sorry to hear that, Captain. Perhaps we could do something for him.
Go and see the nurse. Perhaps you can do something to help the poor boy. I can't take it anymore. To lose another man. Anything else?
Concerning the young man that survived.
Did you see the nurse?
Not yet.
Really? I thought that your cousin's life hung in the balance. This boy will not survive long if someone doesn't help him. Anything else?
I need to be going.
I would very much like to do the same. Safe journey, Your Excellency.
On va voir ce survivant.
What are you doing there?
Ah.
This is an
Bon,
infirmary.
on va avoir quelques
I
petits
know.
soucis, j'ai l'impression.
I've come to see the wounded soldier. The captain told me you might need my help.
That is very kind of him. But alas, it's a little late.
What are you saying? Is the soldier...
No, he still lives. But I've been asking the captain for weeks to escort me on a mission to replenish my stocks. I no longer have a single remedy. And now that we have a wounded patient, I can only wipe water on his brow and hope.
Do you know what type of remedy would allow him to survive?
Yes, at least I think so. It's a known potion that heals burns.
I see. Give me the recipe. We'll go and see that it's prepared for you.
Thank you. Because of you, this poor boy might be able to survive his wounds.
Alors attends, obtenir, apporter le remède, potion souveraine contre les brûlures, 0 sur 1. C'est ça que je voulais faire. Ouais, c'est pour ça qu'il y a un truc d'alchimie devant. C'est dans cet onglet là qu'on le retrouve. Alors des bêtes belladone, j'ai ce qu'il faut et il me faut un niveau de science plus élevé. Encore une fois, je trouve ça... C'est agaçant cette nécessité de d'avoir débloqué des trucs alors qu'on nous donne le choix. Je trouve ça un peu très particulier. Enfin, pour les quêtes annexes, je le comprends, mais les quêtes principales, je trouve ça bizarre. C'est bien sûr, hein, c'est science. Ça m'aura plus frustré qu'autre chose, ça, dans le jeu. Voilà, on en a une. Ah, par contre, les bêtes belladone, où est-ce que je les ai trouvés? Je pense pas que c'est les trucs rouges que j'ai chopés, ça en devait être d'autres. Après, si on me posait la question comment les avoir si on n'en a pas déjà droppé, je ne saurais pas dire.
Were you able to concoct the potion against burns?
Ouais, maintenant je suis
Yes,
le
I
roi
was.
pour concocter.
Might we administer it?
Give it to me.
Donc,
I'll take care of
dans
this.
Kingdom Come Deliverance, les histoires des potions, c'était un sacré merdier. Hein.
Will he make it?
I hope so. We'll know soon enough. This potion is extremely potent.
And if he survives, when could we speak to him?
Come back tomorrow at the same time. We'll know more then.
Very well. I'll come back tomorrow.
See you soon.
Ça veut sachez
And
faire.
thank you again for your help.
Là par contre ça aurait été sympa de mettre un feu de camp quand même. Bon, on va aller là-haut. Il suffit de faire se reposer, on définit le temps qu'on veut attendre. Alors par contre ça me refait penser cette histoire de science. Certains de nos collègues peuvent être utilisés pour faire des choses. Un peu exagéré en disant que j'étais frustré, c'est moi aussi. Qui des fois n'ai pas pensé à utiliser mes collègues à bon escient. J'avoue. Ah, bah il va mieux notre ami.
Hello, soldier. How are you doing?
Better.
Faites le feu.
A lot better. Are you the one who saved me? The nurse
C'est
told me.
possible.
I simply prepared the potion that she told me how to make. Nothing more. Could you tell me what happened during the attack?
I will try. They're not really memories I'm fond to bring back. A lot of my friends died up there. We were posted up on the peak to follow rebel movement. It had been a couple of days when we heard sounds of fighting not far from our position. Men were screaming in our own language. So we went to see what was happening. Soldiers of the Coin Guard and an islander were trying to protect a young man. He seemed dire ill.
Constantin Katasak and his escort. Who were they fighting against?
Dozens of wild animals. They seemed completely enraged and intent on devouring them. And there were flames.
Flames? Where were they coming from?
I don't know. My friends and all the soldiers fell one after the other. I didn't see everything. All was blood and confusion with beasts and fire. But I thought I saw another islander. Big. He's the one who took the sickened man. There was practically no one left on the battlefield. I was wounded and I passed out. I came to when I heard voices of islanders approaching. Rebels. I thought to myself, they're coming to finish off the wounded. I got up with difficulty and fled. I dragged myself here. And you know the rest.
I'm going to have to go and find these rebels.
You shouldn't do that. They killed all of my friends. You take a great risk.
That's enough. Rest now. You're still far from having recovered.
Yes, it's best I leave now. I've learned enough. I'll have a word with your captain. Goodbye.
Bien. Interroger. Ok, alors il y a des fois, ouais, ça met fin à des possibilités, ça me surprend un peu, bon.
Excellency, I was told that you saved my soldier.
Ouais.
Thank you. You can't imagine what this means to us.
Please. I did nothing more than follow the instructions your nurse gave me.
Did you learn what you needed to learn?
Yes. I was able to question your man and he told me what he saw. He and his company heard sounds of the attack, and they went to investigate. My cousin's escort were already nearly annihilated by animals that jumped out from all sides. A strange sorcerer controlled them. It was he that took my cousin.
One of those rebel savages, no doubt. I knew that they'd be behind all of this. They must have learned that an important man was in the region and thought he would make the perfect hostage. I'm sorry. I would give you some men, but...
Don't apologize. I know where the camp can be found, and if my cousin is there, I will free him.
Like you freed the scholars. You're a good man, Excellency. Thank you again for saving my soldier.
I need to be going.
I would very much like to do the same. Safe journey, Your Excellency.
La voix du mort. Ah c'est marrant, alors, je pensais en allant les voir plutôt justement faire ça et pas louper l'autre, et finalement c'est l'inverse. Donc là ça nous envoie vers la voie des morts, interrogée d'Aren. C'est là où on est. Donc ici c'est là où on avait fait une petite incursion furtive avec des gros guillemets, où il y avait un prisonnier à aller chercher. Donc depuis on n'a plus besoin de se balader furtivement et de tuer les gardes, on peut rentrer comme on veut.
Hello.
Renaigse, there you are again. What do you want?
To speak to you about my cousin's capture and the massacre of his escort. A soldier from the nearby outpost survived and told us that you were present on the battlefield.
You dare come here and accuse us
Non,
of
je
taking
viens
him?
juste poser des questions.
Let me throw him out, this Renaigse and his Ilkdaren. May they receive this punishment for their arrogance.
I know that you see us as your enemies, but we are not
On
here
va
to
causer un
harm
peu
you.
avant de se
I
taper
only
dessus,
seek to find the man I consider to be my
c'est
brother,
possible.
as well as the man who is protecting him. Katisach, one of your greatest Donegada.
No Donea Exregal would attack Katasach.
If you didn't attack him, you must know what happened to them. I was told that an islander took my cousin away. Perhaps your men were there to aid them.
We do not have your cousin, and we do not know what happened to him. As for Katasach, and the worst, Tire, he died from his wounds. That night, we heard the sounds of a terrible combat. The ground shook all the way to our homes. We went to see, but we arrived too late. The last breath of Katasach had returned to the wind when we arrived there, and many of the Renaigse were dead. We could do no more. We carried the body of the Donegad and brought it here.
He gave his life to protect Constantine. May he rest in peace. This request might surprise you, but we would like to see him.
Why? What do you want to do with him, Renaigse?
Examine him to understand what killed him. We were told that an island native was there and that he likely led the attack.
No Donea Exregal would attack Katasach. You have been lied to, or they were mistaken.
That is the very reason I need to see his body. To understand.
You may see him. But if you desecrate his body, you will pay for this offense with your life.
Ça ressemble à une menace. Alors, examiner le corps. Dommage, à peine rencontré, déjà mort. Il est à l'autre bout du camp. Côté qui est plus...
Katasach. Seeing the state of his body.
La vache, il a un trou dans le ventre.
Forgive me, Donegad, to have doubted your loyalty and even more for what we are about to do.
Faut voir qu'il a souffert dans les derniers instants de sa vie.
Let's see what story this corpse has to tell. Afra would know how to get information from this body. I'll need to go and find her.
Ah, parce que j'ai pas les deux niveaux d'intuition.
I'll need to go and find her.
Nous sommes de retour avec notre ami.
Here is the body of Katasach. Could you examine it and tell us what you make of his wounds?
Of course. This won't be the first time I've examined a corpse. We note a great number of large, blunt force contusions, covering the entire surface of the victim's body. None of the wounds could be attributed to a blade or a spear, nor are there any visible bullet entry points. Practically every bone has been broken in multiple places. The rib cage was torn open and then collapsed. The open wound reveals multiple perforations of the vital organs. Here, the borders of the wounds have been singed. The flesh is blackened, exposed to a flame, no doubt. And we also note several patches of mineral residue. They seem oddly out of place in spite of the exotic insular origin of our deceased. I would be hard-pressed to tell you which of the wounds proved to be the fatal blow, but one thing is certain.
He was smashed violently by a giant rock that was without a doubt on fire.
Yes.
These
wounds are similar to those given by a heated cannon shot, though in a less regular fashion.
The dead soldiers we found had identical wounds. As crazy as this may sound, whoever is responsible for this attack is capable of wielding molten rock.
In any other circumstance, your conclusion would qualify you for an asylum. But I stand on the side of the improbable. The natives' powers reside outside the body of knowledge we possess.
I can't imagine an Adaig behaving like this. It is not their way. That they might attack careless hunters or warriors, true, but to attack Katasach, the power to call volcano fires, could only be that of a guardian. No simple man wields mountain fire.
We still don't really know who is actually behind this attack, nor what they want. Judging by the severity of these wounds, I fear the worst for Constantine.
All your experiments. You've learned so little. You've learned to fear. Your instincts should have been enough.
We had to at least try. Are you not even concerned? or angered by what happened to Katasach.
We've grown accustomed to the loss of lives, your relentless attacks and incessant treacheries. All the same, there is truth in your words. This attack is out of place. Guardian and Donegad would never attack one another. There is a ritual that might help us. Anatalas Fair.
The Anatalas Fair. What is it? Tell me more.
It is a magical rite that only a person with a powerful bond to both spirits and nature can perform. It allows the Donegad who chants it to relive the last moments of an Onol Manawi.
That would allow us to at least see the face of his assassin.
If what I have heard is true, yes. To my knowledge, only one Donegad still living knows the ritual.
Let's ask her for her help then. She might be able to tell us what has become of Constantine.
You are quick to ask another to put her mind in danger for your own concerns. Imagine the pain of the wounds of another, shaking your body as the cold of death crushes your beating heart. This is what you must ask of the Tiernahach. It is the price she must pay for performing the ritual. When her companion was lost in battle, fighting against your own, she wanted to live that death beside her. Since that day, our Tiernahach Kadachtas has never breathed air with the same breath.
That would explain her distrust of the colonials.
You must make her see your purpose. It may be the only way you are going to learn the fate of your cousin.
Terminer ses faits, donc convaincre Mère. Elle est dans la forêt des anciens.
Hello, Mev.
Renoixe, why have you come here again?
Ah, c'est celle qui voulait pas que je revienne, je me souviens d'elle bien.
I've come to ask you for
Comment elle
help.
va le prendre?
My help. You still seek the remedy for the sickness on your island? Or are you looking for something else?
My cousin has been taken, and I've been told that you could help me.
Truly? And in what way?
By performing the Anatalas Fair on the body of Katasach, the Donegad.
Katasach is dead. Under Voshtire. This is a great tragedy. He was a good man. Perhaps the best of us all. How did this happen?
He went with my cousin to a sacred site when they were attacked.
J'aimerais qu'elle nous aide à le découvrir.
Taken, according to a witness. And Katasach suffered terrible wounds. We examined him, and it seemed as if he had been struck by molten rock.
Fire of the earth. Only the Nadaig Manemen have the power to wield it. But none of our own would have attacked Katasach.
This is why we need your help. We want to understand and to find who's responsible.
And you will avenge the dead as you have avenged my wound in the past. Very well, Renoixe. I will help you. And I also wish to gain understanding.
Curiosité nous aide
Our
aussi.
island wails in suffering. Many Sinol Menawi have died. The Anatalas Fair may kill me, but at least I will know. You will need to act as my Voglendaig, and bring to me the necessary ingredients while I prepare.
What do you require?
A potion. And listen and remember, or write in your language what I shall tell you. Do not forget, the viscera of the scavengers must be taken from a place near the battlefield, because they contain the flesh of those who fell. As for the personal object of Katasach, find his weapon, because it knew his fury and his despair.
He didn't have a weapon when I found his body. I'll search the battlefield.
Where can I find him?
In Doren's camp. She recovered him after the battle.
Very well. Not far from there is a sacred circle. You'll find me there when you have united all that I need. Then we can perform the ritual when the moon is high.
In that case, let's go together to the
On
ritual
peut
site.
m'emmener
The place of the
jeudi pas.
attack is not far from Doren's camp.
Very well. I'll follow you.
Et sur le site du rituel, retrouver l'arme. Et puis il y a également des viscères. Donc là c'est là où il y avait le corps. Là c'est le lieu du rituel. Et retrouver l'arme. C'est ici qu'on va. Il faut que je retrouve un moyen de... Peut-être le point de déplacement rapide ici, faire ça comme ça. Et y retourner. Ok. Ah, les bestioles sont revenus. C'est costaud. Viscères. Une fois, deux fois, trois fois, mission accomplie. Ça c'est pour les viscères. Ensuite, l'arme.
I recognize this weapon. It's Catasax, I'm certain. It must have been broken during the battle. Let's take it back to Mev.
Fabriquer la potion pour le rituel. Bah, je vais me téléporter par défaut si ça peut me faire revenir plus vite. Il me semble qu'elle est là la mise. Attends. Fabriquer la potion. Ah oui, il faut que je la fasse. Ah oui, c'est parce que c'est là. On a bien tout. Ça c'est bon. Et maintenant, il faut aller là.
Were you able to find the elements I need for the ritual?
Yes. Here is what you asked me to
J'ai
bring.
tout fait comme il faut.
Good. But the moon is not yet high enough.
Ah, il va falloir attendre.
Would you like to wait with me?
Bien sûr.
Yes. I'll keep you company.
Sit then in that case. And remain
Ça peut
silent.
être compliqué de rien dire.
I must meditate.
On va la balancer là.
Katasar, we have come to learn the truth of your death. Ato al confrangawi brandi, olehana memen adestame haman. Baravridenan tahanemo quate grenfen, linqui damda renaute da hodos. Lemat, de tahawan kloisam, de talugedon velam, de taragam buledam, de tataminam reloidan, de talamen kantebedam en antelam verfrachtango.
Catasac, help me, please.
Constantin.
Show no fear. I do not think he means you any harm.
What is this? This monster. Why is it attacking us?
I don't know. I don't understand. It is as if it seeks you out. It wants you.
You never should have done that, Katasach. To save one, Renaikse, you put us all in great peril. His spirit is different. He receives badly. You have woven the bond of the Deathbringer.
What is happening to you? Get a hold of yourself. Come on.
I cannot believe it. He has returned.
Who has?
Vinbarr. The High King. We thought he was dead. He disappeared months ago.
Is he the attacker? And what of Constantin? Have you seen a young blonde-haired man? He was sickly.
Yes. The golden-haired was there. And he was afraid. Katasach protected him before he was killed by Vinbarr. Leave me now. I am very tired.
How are you feeling?
Better. What are you going to do now?
If I want to have any hope of finding Constantin, I must follow Vinbarr. I have no choice.
Il a une bonne tête de méchant, ce Vinbarr.
Look for him. Vinbarr has been missing for moons.
The kings and queens could tell me when they saw him for the last time.
Then you must earn their trust. Arm yourself with patience and courage on Olmenawi. Your journey is still long.
Thank you, Mev. You have helped us greatly.
Do not thank me. I have not done this for you, but for Katasach. In order to satisfy my curiosity, I betrayed my king. You will find him and confront him, no doubt. All that remains for me to do is to pray that I have done nothing that cannot be fixed.
Farewell, Mev.
Retrouver la trace du Haut-Roi. Notre futur objectif. Voilà, c'est pas là. Bon, comme on n'a pas d'indice en termes de géolocalisation sur la suite, et ben on va changer de région et aller voir les différentes personnes, chefs de clan. On arrive dans dans un coin qu'on n'avait pas du tout encore visité. Les gens nous arrêtent pas à l'entrée, c'est bon signe. On va aller directement. Notre objectif, c'est une bonne chose.
Bertitumad, I am Ulan, chief of the village of Ignamri. You have a peculiar face, and it looks familiar. I didn't know that people from the continent could bear the mark of the Onolmanawi. To what do I owe the pleasure of your visit?
I am looking for the High King. It is imperative that I find him.
I would like to help you, friend from the faraway isle. But our High King has decided to walk away from our world.
I was told that you were one of the last to have seen him. Perhaps he told you where he was going?
The other kings and queens already complained that I am too close and too near the Renaigse. I fear that they would consider me a traitor if I reveal to you what I know. But if I could count on your support, I would be happy to help you in return. You are someone that the kings of the Renaigse respect and listen to, are you not?
As the legate of the congregation, it is true that I can talk to all the governors of this island.
That is what I thought. I need your help to talk to the leader of the great city of Hikmet.
About what?
I want to meet him to offer a peace treaty between his clan and mine. The Sisagnames. Many kings want to chase the Renaigse away from the island, especially the kings of Hikmet. But I know we could learn many things from them, and we could arrange a great deal.
I see. I can indeed talk to the governor about your desire to make peace.
If you do talk to him, can you also tell him that one of my clansmen has come to trade with his town? I sent him some time ago, but I was told that the soldiers did not let him in. He fears for his life. Because some other clans do not look favorably on exchanges with the Renaigse. He could be attacked at any moment, alone on the road.
Very well. I will make sure that he obtains permission to enter.
Il y a encore un truc à...
To what do I owe the pleasure?
Parler de l'Alliance, j'ai pas encore fait. L'interroger sur le roi, je l'ai déjà fait.
I must go.
C'est quoi le... là qui met interroger? Ah, sur les clans, bah non, donc peut-être que je... Compliqué. Interroger sur son clan...
Tell me about your clan.
Je pensais que c'était du blabla classique, mais on va le faire.
The Bone Blowers, because it is in our tradition to sculpt Moramil bones. These creatures are the great kings of the sea. The whole island knows of our artisans. We trade with other clans a lot. And we also trade with the Renaigse, of course. Anything else?
What can you tell me about your village?
Vignamri means the king's bones. It is a very ancient village. It used to be one of the largest on this island, before the people of the sea tried to take Tir Fredi from us. Some battles took place very close to here. Legend has it that this is the place where the first Guardian fell, and that this is the reason why our village was given its name. After the battles came the abductions and the ransacking. People used to disappear frequently. We were taught to be cursed. But I changed all of that, and I gave our clan its prosperity back. Anything else?
What do you think of people from the continent?
Many of our people would love for all the Renaigse to leave, but I would not. It is thanks to them that I was able to breathe new life into Vignamri. They have a lot to teach us. The lions have powerful weapons and very effective potions. The Lugaid Blau, your people, offer us very beautiful things in exchange for our pieces of art.
Lugaid Blau? Is this what you call the congregation?
It means yellow eyes, because there seem to be round yellow eyes on your flags.
They're coins. And what does Teleme offer you?
The men of the sun seldom come here, but their magic is powerful, and so different from ours. I wish my brothers would understand how much we would benefit from an alliance with you, from making peace. Anything else? Go and find the governor of Hikmet. This meeting is of the utmost importance for the future of this clan. Anything else?
Ok, je pensais qu'on allait pouvoir le cuisiner un petit peu plus, mais bon. Bon, ici on en a fini. Pour l'instant. On n'a pas trop visé ce point de région encore. J'ai eu peur au début qu'il m'arrête. Encore une fois on nous laisse progresser. Tant mieux, tant mieux. Faut grimper.
Bertir Tuman.
I am Dunkas, the Mal and the Donegad of the Gigido. You're very strange for Renaise. Who are you?
My name is Desardet. I am the legate of the merchant congregation.
You are a Lugair Blau? Oh, I didn't know there were On Almanawi amongst them. They may not be so different from us after all. What brings you here, On Almanawi?
I seek your High King, and I was told that you were the last to have seen him.
That was many moons ago. And if he has chosen to walk away from our world, who am I to go against his wish?
Please. I would not ask this of you if it weren't a question of life and death.
I hear your words. Your clan has not given me many reasons to trust you. But if you prove my suspicions wrong, I will help you. The Lugair Blau fooled us in the past. It is their turn to prove their good faith.
What do you want from us?
Not long ago, we clashed with your clan. Your people said that the forest belonged to them and prevented us from entering. We spoke with your Lady Morange, and we almost came to an agreement. Then an elder from my village poisoned 3 woodcutters. That stopped the discussions. The old man responsible for the deaths must be punished, I agree. But not by your people. Not until we are sure we can trust you. There is a mine in the forest that the congregation has long operated with help from my people. But digging into the mountain has risked it collapsing. We reinforced the earth with wood. We worked with the Lugair Blau to save the mountain and the men. We agreed to stop digging and sealed the entrance with a boulder. But some Renaigse came back, and I think they started digging again. And some of my people started going missing. Perhaps because they had seen them break their promise. If the mountain collapses and it is your clan's fault, thousands of lives will be lost.
And you want me to intervene?
You have to stop them. Remind them of their promise. This is the price of my trust. If you do, we punish the person responsible for the death of the woodcutters, and all our quarrels will be gone.
I'll go to this mine and
Ils ont tous un truc à me demander.
Is there anything else?
What can you tell me about your clan?
We are the Beraig Nodas, the bearers of lifeblood. We earned this name by bringing the trees and the earth back to life, by restoring balance.
There are a lot of Onol Manawi here.
It is true. We were already healing the earth before the bond existed. The bond just made us better. Many of us have chosen to follow this path because we are proud of our role amongst our brothers. Our village is home to the largest amount of Donegada, along with maybe Vishkadir. Is there anything else?
What do you think of the settlers from the continent?
I think they behave like not
Des enfants turbulents et capricieux.
They take what they want and break what they own without even understanding what they are doing. But they can learn and grow. And who would kill unruly children for being mischievous? Is there anything else?
Beaucoup de sagesse dans son analyse.
Tell me about your village.
We used to be nomads. We would go wherever Tia Freddy needed us until we healed the place. But the people of the sea came and hurt this place so much that my people had to stay here for a long time. For so long that they created this village, Vigigido, the place of the healed wound. Is there anything else?
Non, je pense que c'est bon.
I must leave. Goodbye, Dunkus.
Combien il me reste de rois, les voir comme ça? Combien de missions ils vont me donner? À chaque fois je prends ma petite part. Hein. Ça se fait peut-être pas, mais Moi je me sers. Alors lui nous a demandé d'aller nous rendre dans les mines. Ici, alors ce qui est assez marrant, c'est que sur la carte, c'est là, ça nous donne accès à une autre région. On va vite être fixé entre ça. Ça c'est la sortie du village de ce côté-ci. Ouais. Les grands arbres. Qu'est-ce que c'est le gros machin noir? Ça a pas l'air d'être une bête, ça a pas l'air de remuer. À côté heureusement parce que c'est vraiment immense. On peut passer par là ou pas? C'est par où qu'ils veulent qu'on passe? Peut-être par là. On va laisser le cerf tranquille. Pas d'ennemis, tant mieux. Oh là, il y a du monde.
Sorry, this is private property. I cannot allow you to enter.
Actually, no one should be able to enter. This mine is doomed. It's terribly dangerous.
I wouldn't know. Our employer, Mr. Maillard, is the owner. He's got all the deeds required. Listen, you should go to the authorities. They can confirm all the paperwork.
I definitely will.
Ça c'est fait, ouais. Et après? C'est tout? Bizarre.
Sorry, this is
Ok. Bon, on va retourner voir l'autre.
People are reckless imbeciles if they start mining again in such a dangerous place.
These Renagse must not have taken us seriously. We should take a closer look.
Espionner l'activité. Ah. Ça me plaît mieux déjà.
We should take the path that overlooks the outer wall. We should be able to see inside from there.
Those reckless fools. They've resumed operations in the mine.
The Monisinaga. They use captives from the villages to dig their mine.
They've made them into slaves. We must talk to Sir de Courcillon. I hope that our nation is not involved in this business.
Ça fait longtemps qu'on n'était pas revenu ici. Par contre, Constantin, faut qu'on grimpe plus haut avec nos petites pattes.
Sir de Courcillon.
Decidez, my young student, what can I do for you?
Alors, on a interrogé
I
l'exploitation de
come
la
to ask
mine,
you
ouais.
about a mine near Vigigador. It was closed for a long time for security reasons, but someone has started exploiting it again.
I seem to recall that a concession in this area was sold to a Master Maillard. However, I do not recall the details of the contract. It was established by the previous government. He is a rich merchant from Serene who arrived on the island only a short while before we did. People say that he is unscrupulous.
Unscrupulous? That's an understatement. This man had some natives captured and he's using them as slaves to work in this mine.
What? Does this old brigand really think
Moi j'appelle
that he's
ça un
above the
FDP.
law? We cannot tolerate such methods, but we must determine the best way to attack him. You should start by finding the deed to his property in the archives. Don't worry, we'll not let this man's behavior go unpunished. Can your old professor still prove himself useful?
Looking forward to seeing you again, Sir de Courcilion.
Ah putain de bordel, boucan son truc là. Alors... Trouver, vérifier les titres. Alors c'est toujours dans le château, mais aux étages en dessous. Je suis descendu par contre pour me repérer. Ouais, c'est bien là. Hein. Titre de propriété. Écrit, jargon, jury, il s'agit néanmoins d'un titre de maître Meillard sur des terres situées dans les régions de Vinbarr et comportant d'anciennes mines. Le document a été signé par Madame de Morange.
It seems as though you can't decipher the glyphs of your own people's document.
I get lost in all the legal jargon, but they have Lady Morange's seal on them. We should find her to understand exactly what they say.
Voilà, regarde, porte vers le haut, si ça doit être bon. Ah, bon, faut sortir. On sort, c'est juste là, bah c'est pas très loin hein, quand on est sur la grande place.
Good day, dear sir. Happy to see you again in such fine health. How can I be of service?
I need your advice once more. This time it's about the property deeds of a plot of land and of a mine acquired by a certain Maillard. Here are the deeds. I must admit that I understand very little of what's written, but your seal is on it.
Do not worry, this type of document is always difficult to decipher for the uninitiated.
C'est beau, hein.
However, they are very clear. Master Maillard is the owner of a plot of land located near Vigyigador. He can exploit the forest and plant anything he wants there, but it says here that he does not have the right to exploit the mine. It's even repeated in this other paragraph. Any attempt at mining on this land is forbidden.
And yet the mine which was located on this plot of land has been reopened, and is being exploited as we speak.
According to these documents, the mine has been closed for security reasons. This man's behavior is reckless. You should go see him. He's presently in New Serene. He usually spends time at the port when he comes. He has some warehouses there.
Il vient de nous faire marcher, hein.
Master Maillard.
Who's asking?
De Sardet. I am the legate of the congregation.
Well, I'm flattered. What brings you here, Your Excellency?
I'm here to talk to you about the mine you have near Vigyigador. Are you aware that you have no right to operate it? Nor are you allowed to employ slaves there.
But what are you talking about? Surely this is a misunderstanding. Listen, I'm sure there is a way for us to get along. I'm an honest merchant. I've always paid all taxes, and the small bonuses needed. Please tell your cousin that I would be happy to send him the gift of his choice. Now, Your Excellency, if you would allow me, I have to get back to my activities.
I'm afraid you don't understand, Master. It's not a money problem. That mine is dangerous, and you endanger the congregation on this island by behaving this way with the natives.
Come on, don't be so serious, young man. I'm sure it's nothing that a small bonus can't fix. Goodbye, sir. Best wishes to your cousin.
Alors je dois avouer que les allers-retours dans la ville là sont vraiment, mais alors vraiment pas amusants du tout. Hein.
Sir de Courcilion,
Decidez, my young student, what can I do for you?
Lui parler du titre
I
propriété.
verified the contract with Lady Morange. The exploitation of the mine is illegal, as we expected, without even taking into account what he's doing to the natives. I then went to meet Master Maillard.
So, what did he have to say in his defense?
He turned a deaf ear and tried to bribe me.
Oh, some of these merchants are so rich that they forget basic decency. But it's high time we reminded him of who is in charge of the congregation on this island. Here, this is an eviction notice which dispossesses him of all his land for breaching his contract. For his crimes against the natives, he's banished from this island. I will make him aware of this decision, but you should go to the mine immediately. The prisoners must be freed as soon as possible, and the mine closed once more.
I'll take care of it.
Can your old professor still prove himself useful?
Ce qui serait bien, c'est de nous téléporter directement à la mine. Là. Ce serait vraiment, vraiment cool. Mais non. Donc là, il va falloir repartir là-haut. Alors, petit moment de gloire au moment de les expulser.
Sorry,
hein.
this is private property. I cannot allow you to enter.
I don't need your authorization. I have here an eviction notice signed by the governor's ministers. The former owner, Mr. Maillard, has lost his rights due to a breach of contract.
Look, ultimately, we are not the ones who decide. We only obey the boss's orders.
In that case, where can I find him to notify him of his loss?
You'll find him around here somewhere, Your Excellency.
Excellent.
Je sens que ça va friter, moi, cette affaire.
Master Maillard, I'm so glad to find you here. Here is a document from Sir de Constantin on behalf of my cousin. Considering the fact that you have not respected the terms of your contract of ownership, you are hereby expelled. The methods you used against the islanders has also ensured your banishment from Teofredi.
Impossible. By what right? Guards, this man threatens me.
T'es sûr?
These people were monsters. I wouldn't cry over them. Come now, let's go free my brothers, and we can tell Dunkas everything.
Moi je dis on aurait dû commencer par ça, tous leur casser la gueule, on aurait gagné du temps. On va libérer les pauvres gens, exploiter. Allez hop, sortez de là. Le pauvre. Non. Je sais pas que j'ouvre la cage.
Go without fear. You are free. And know that we are sorry for what happened to you.
You must believe that not all Lugir blow or Aloy.
He is an Almanawi. That's why he understands us. Thank you. We will not forget you. May the grass always be soft beneath your feet on Almanawi.
Donc là, on va retourner voir notre ami. Je pense qu'il va bien nous aimer après ça.
What brings?
Alors, parlez des
I was
mines.
able to close the mine. The man who operated it was arrested and he will be banished.
Yes, those you freed told me. From now on, you are my Karants, my friend. You knew how to renew my trust in your clan. Just as trees grow back after being cut.
Thank you, Dunkus. I'm honored. Will you give us the old man now?
If you allow it, I would like to punish him myself. Enough blood has been spilled, and he will only call for more of it, since he loved the forest to the point of killing for it. He will be sentenced to heal it. Every day he will replant what your men will cut down. Every day until the end of his life. Does this punishment seem acceptable to you?
If I explain to Sir de Corsillon that the man was sentenced to forced labor, I suppose he will approve. Thank you, Dunkus. It's a wise sentence.
Is there anything else?
Yes. Prix du Sang, c'est fait.
I must leave. Goodbye, Dunkus.
C'est toujours plaisir d'avoir des relations amicales avec les gens. Alors je suis intrigué parce que j'ai fait ce qu'il m'a demandé, j'ai toujours l'icône jaune sur lui.
What brings?
Sur le roi.
I did what you asked of me. Would you now tell me what you know about your High King?
You have earned my trust.
Fallait lui poser la question après coup.
Now, hear me. The last time I saw him, we were in Dorhat Genedu. He wanted us to help him decide what we should do about you. You, the Renaigse. Dedra and Bladnid wanted us to spill blood and chase you from our lands. Ulan's words were all honey, as is his talent, and wanted us to welcome you with open arms. I attempted, as is my wont, to follow the path of wisdom, that which winds between the others. Vinbarr was not convinced by any of us. He decided to turn to a far greater source of wisdom. He left us to go to the sanctuary to see Anon Mil Frictimen.
Would he still be there?
I do not think so. The Great Mind must have guided his footsteps in a direction beyond our understanding. But he would not have abandoned his people without first seeing his own one last time. You should go to Wenshavar. Maybe there they would know where you could find him.
Thank you, Dunkas.
Là, c'est validé maintenant. Alors, je vais faire une étrange alliance avant de continuer parce que je pense qu'ils vont encore me filer une autre mission pour pas perdre le fil. C'est ici. Hikmet. Je suis venu moins souvent ici, hein.
Commander Torsten.
Sir de Sardet, what a pleasure to have you visit. What can I do for you?
I met Ulan, the Boneblower's clan chief, from the village of Vignamri. He is an open-minded man who holds great expectations of exchanges with the colonies. He would like to meet you to discuss a treaty, even an alliance.
I've heard about the Boneblowers. Not particularly great warriors, but competent craftsmen and merchants. Given the situation, an alliance with them would be profitable. Unfortunately, there's still many partisans of the Bridge Alliance in the city. I cannot leave it without risking a riot, or even worse. And too much blood has already been spilt. For now.
I doubt that Ulan will come to Hikmet. He is looking for an alliance, but he is not desperate. Such a gesture would be considered a sign of weakness by his clan.
That sounds logical. Would he negotiate with one of my counselors? A man of trust who could act in my name?
I think that might be possible. I'm sure he would understand that you could not come to see him in person for the same reason.
Perfect then. It is settled. My advisor will join you at Vignamri. And if this Ulan hasn't lied, he will finalize an agreement on my behalf.
I'll be there too, to make sure everything goes according to our plans. There is another matter concerning the same village that I would like to bring to your attention. A wandering merchant, a member of Ulan's clan, is being kept in your outpost. Can you authorize his entry into the city?
Why not? Another merchant could do us no harm. He could also serve as a hostage if anything unfortunate were to befall our man during negotiations. Here. You may give him this letter of passage. He will be able to enter town with it and to establish his stall.
I thank you. I hope to see you again. I must go.
Naturally. I wouldn't want to hold you back.
Je sens que ça va être le même principe, on va nous faire nous balader. Cette fois-ci, c'est ici. Qu'est-ce qui se passe ici?
Help me! Just keep walking, Renaigse. This does not concern you.
Have mercy! They will kill me! I am but a merchant who wishes to trade with the big city.
I never thought I would see several islander warriors attacking a mere merchant. And I thought honor and righteousness were of the utmost importance in your culture. I must have been mistaken.
What are you trying to say, Renaigse? Are you insulting us?
You're insulting yourselves by behaving this way. He's an unarmed man. He's trying to survive. What honor is there in attacking him?
He is a traitor. He deserves to be punished. But you are right. He is not worth attacking. Let's leave. His punishment will come once we have chased Renaigse away, and he cannot sell his products.
Adloreda Onolmanawi, may the trees along your path always bear fruit.
Think nothing of it. Ulan told me that you were not able to enter the town.
It is true. The soldiers did not let me enter. They left me outside, and the Donea Exdragao took advantage of this opportunity to attack me.
Rest assured, I have obtained permission for you to enter from the governor of Hikmet, which should allow you to set up your stall in the city.
Adloreda Renaigse. Thanks again.
Farewell, merchant. Perhaps we will meet again.
Allez, informer Ulan de l'arrivée imminente de l'émissaire. Ah, j'avais pas tout pris.
Ulan, I see that the governor of Hikmet's emissary is already here.
He is. And I am very thankful that you succeeded in organizing this meeting. I am full of hope for the future.
We are very grateful as well, Your Excellency. However, if you could leave us, I am sure you can understand that the discussion we are about to have must remain confidential.
Naturally. I hope that you will reach an agreement.
Ça y est, je vais y retourner.
So, have you reached an agreement?
Our discussions were very fruitful. However, we are faced with a problem.
Really?
Our peace treaty depends on the ability to exchange freely.
And Chief Ulan has warned me that our merchants would be at risk of being attacked by the neighboring clan.
Mordoon, the chief of the village of Igugsob, is at the Nea Exragao. He is among those who think that the people of your island are only here to take from us. But his village would also benefit from this agreement. If you could convince him to meet us, we could reach an understanding, allowing the caravans to pass through his territory.
Without this, I am afraid we would not be able to make a commitment. Peace and trade are linked. If our merchants risk their lives coming here...
I am sure that you will manage to convince him that the Renaigse are not all bad.
I can try, at least.
Adloredar, we will wait here and hope that you will manage to reason with him.
Organiser une rencontre. Putain, ces bombes, elles sont violentes, hein. Continue. Merde, zone non découverte, mais pour l'instant on est face à un mur. Nous oblige à faire le tour. se ramasse ça. Alors déjà quand on les met tous en stase, ça calme tout le monde, hein. Le jour se lève. C'est très doux, hein, les changements d'horaire. C'est bien géré. C'est joli leur petit coin et waouh, avec les statues. Très chouette. Hein.
What are you doing here, Renaigse? Your kind are not welcome in my village.
Ulan, the king of Vignamri, wants to establish a trade agreement and sign a peace treaty with the governor of Hikmet.
This sounds like something he would do. All he ever thinks about is picking up the crumbs left behind by the Renaigse. All of that in hope of breathing new life into his village, while insulting the memory of the deceased men and women who lived there.
Hikmet's emissary will only sign if their merchants can move freely and in peace. They want to meet you.
I am not like him. I am a Donea Exregao, a proud man, not a slug. The Renaigse cannot be trusted. They are deceitful and only seek to trap us.
The Donea Exregao I have met were fearless, and yet you are running away from a mere meeting. By refusing to negotiate, you are only showing weakness, nothing else.
Not Fradi. The worst part is that you are right. I cannot refuse this meeting without appearing weak. Fine. I will meet Ulan and his emissary. But I will not go to his village. Tell them to find me at Landristel. I will be there in a few hours.
I will tell them right away. Thank you, Mordun.
Mulan.
You really know how to talk to people. I never thought you would be able to convince Mordun. His anger towards the Renaigse is so strong.
Mordun is willing to meet you at Lanristel to sign a peace treaty.
You really are an accomplished negotiator and diplomat, Your Excellency.
I knew you would succeed. Thanks to you, the whole region will be at peace.
Do you know where this place is, Ulan?
Of course. In our language, Lanristel means Glade of Promises. It is a sacred place, one whose peacefulness must be respected. It bodes well.
In that case, we should go there at once.
Yes. I will follow you. Come back to see me soon. And if luck is on our side, we will celebrate peace together.
Ulan is acting strangely. I do not trust him.
We should go to Lanristel to check that everything is going according to plan.
And if we want to see this encounter, we should leave now.
Ah putain, c'est pas terminé. Émission de fous, hein. C'est des fous. On aille là-bas. Oh, c'est le bordel ici.
go and rescue.
You are going to pay for your arrogance, Renax.
Adloredar, thank you for coming. You saved me. That accursed Ulan. I should have known he would betray us both. My men are dead, and now I am injured. He achieved exactly what he wanted in the end. I will have to join another clan if I do not want my whole village to suffer the consequences of my defeat.
I'm sorry, Mordoun. I really am.
You were deceived, just like I was. Sometimes, among the stones, there can be snakes. Farewell, on Almanawi. And do not let yourself be betrayed again.
Je crois que je vais m'acheter des patins à roulettes, j'irai plus vite.
Traitor! This meeting was meant to establish peace, and yet you have exclusively sent armed men.
Mordoun was a Denea ex-Regao. He would have never accepted an agreement with the Renaigse. He would have endlessly attacked our merchants and our allies' caravans. We had to protect ourselves if we were to make these exchanges possible. So we did.
By lying and manipulating me.
I am sorry, but I was unsure that you would agree to help us if I told you the truth. I understand your
Qu'est-ce que je fais? Je les vends?
But keep in mind that we are now at peace, thanks to you. You are now a Carance of Ignamri, and should you seek it, you will always have our assistance. Anything else?
Réputation pour 4. Non, non, c'est bon.
Nothing. I must go.
C'est bon. Étrange alliance, c'est fini. J'ai plus de questions à lui poser, c'est terminé avec cet affreux. Bon, ça c'est fait. Hein, on est content. Fallait le faire. Maintenant on va aller là-haut. Marche rocheuse. Pas trop balader dans ce coin-là. Évitons les ennuis. On arrivera plus vite chez nous. Là j'ai pas le choix. Il a l'air énervé. Heureusement qu'il y en avait que 2. Hein. Il me cherche, bandit là. Wow, wow, wow. Bon Dieu. C'est assez marrant parce que les attaques classiques faisaient pas du tout, enfin presque pas de dégâts. Par contre les attaques de furie ça déboîtait. Mais pourquoi ils me font faire le tour comme ça là? Alors il y a un feu de camp sur le chemin. En plus ça tombe bien, ça m'envoie en plein dans la dans la bonne direction. Yes. Alors 10 contre 1, c'est une mission secondaire qui va popper. Et 10 contre 1 qu'il va encore falloir nous faire le tour de l'île. Non, je pense que là ils ont déjà fait fort. Je vais rencontrer la personne, je vais tout de suite lui expliquer mon cas et ça va se faire tout seul. Un peu optimiste. Alors attends, parce que c'est marrant, c'est une zone de recherche en fait. Interroger les proches. Ah, et j'ai pas quelqu'un en particulier, c'est... Faut que je trouve quelqu'un à qui causer. Fais attention en arrivant, je suis arrivé la fleur au fusil. Ah. Mosella.
Dear Tumad, it is rare to see Renaigse here. Is there something I can do for you?
I'm looking for High King Vinbarr. I know that he disappeared after having visited the heart of the island, but someone here in this village might know where he went after that.
If anyone knows, it would be Sarah. But you will not find her here. Anything else?
What can you tell me about your village?
Wenshevar is a place of peace and meditation. The troubles with Renaigse are far from here. We weave feathers, and we do not interfere with the problems on the plains.
It seems strange that one of your own became High King.
It was because of his wisdom that he was chosen, in a time where those from the faraway islands were not yet here. Anything else?
You must know the High King Vinbarr. What can you tell me about him?
He was one of the greatest Donegada, wise amongst the wise. But the arrival of the Renaigse troubled him. He was afraid that you would be like the people of the sea. He traveled the island far and wide, saw the other kings and queens, and consulted the other Donegada. And then he spent more and more time speaking with En on Milfrichtimen. He moved away from us until we hardly saw him at all. Anything else?
You seem to be
Dernière
close to
petite
Sarah.
question avant de la laisser.
Could you tell me about her?
She is my friend. She is a great warrior. One of the village's greatest protectors. But her love for Vinbarr is stronger than our friendship. And stronger than her duties to the village. I am afraid for her, Renaigse. Afraid of what she might do in order not to lose him. Because she is untamable. And when she makes her mind about something, she does not change it. Anything else?
Would you know where I could find Sarah?
She left to follow Vinbarr. She wanted the mountains to take her as well.
What do you mean?
I don't know if Renaigse could understand. Our High King is on Olmenawi, and a Donegad. His bond with the mountain is very strong. Even stronger now that he speaks with the En on Milfrichtimen.
He is becoming a Nadaig. It is the fate of the wisest among us.
Sarah knew that the mountain would take him back. And she wanted the mountain to take her as well. She went to attempt to bond herself to it. She sought the cavern of knowledge. We haven't seen her since. She might have succeeded. Anything else?
Thank you for your help.
Wa Aulemsek.
Il va y avoir d'autres personnes à qui je peux poser quelques questions.
Bird Tiltomad on Olmenawi. Esqueto.
Hello. I'm sorry, but I do not speak your language.
Really? Then you are a Renaigse? I have never met one with the bond. Might I do something for you?
I am looking to find Vinbarr, the High King of Teofredi, and I was told that he was born in this village. He disappeared after visiting the heart of the island, but I was hoping someone here might know where he's hiding.
You should speak with Sarah. She is the companion of our king.
Where might I find her?
I do not know. She left the village and I have not seen her in several days. Anything else?
I heard talk about a cavern of knowledge.
It is a place where the Donegada go, within the earth. They hear the voices of those that went before them, and they learn. There are some on Teofredi. The closest to our village is found to the northeast of here, but the entrance is sealed, hidden. It is a sacred place, a place for only the Donegada. Anything else?
Goodbye.
J'ai l'information que je voulais, c'est par là. Alors on est reparti sur nos pas, hein. On était arrivé de par là, on a pris cette direction. Feu de camp.
Speak, savage. What stops your tongue? You think someone's coming to save you? Give in. Your life is in our
Par où je peux passer là?
It is time to tell us all you know. The sooner you speak, the sooner this will be over. We should be discreet if we want to eavesdrop on these people.
She's been enduring this punishment for hours, blow upon blow through gritted teeth.
Truly savage beast we have here. Do we even know if it speaks our language?
Leave us. You will eventually tell us how you found your way into that grotto. Your defiance is only prolonging the inevitable. You remind me of that rat my master was studying. The creature used all of its fire in an effort to escape. Scratching, twisting, refusing to understand that the cage holding it was its only remaining world. It had everything it could ever need, but it wouldn't stop looking for a way out. Even though its fate was now sealed to serve science. Its animal instinct drove it to flee. It had strangled itself between the bars of its own cage in a final futile attempt to escape. It was an enormous beast and very clever. If it had simply relented, it could have lived peacefully for many years. Instead of that, these monsters are torturing her. Come, we must set her free.
We may be able to reason with them. I could try. Desade, I would like to go to Kurganau, the place of ritual, to study the carvings and offerings there. But they call it a dangerous place and I cannot go alone. Will you accompany me?
Ah là, elle est en train de me...
Sorry, I'm already very busy at the moment.
de me filer une autre mission. Je croyais que...
But think about it all
Elle me
the same.
disait qu'elle pouvait m'aider.
Anything else?
Ah, attends...
I must leave you.
Restons sur notre mission. Attends, j'étais en train de faire le tour, ils m'ont ramené là. Ok.
But I recognize this face.
Tout de suite pas la
Lord
baisse.
Desade, what a pleasure to see you again. What good wind brings you?
These people are monsters. They just tortured a woman and then they say hello, as if it were nothing.
C'est des monstres.
I'm sure that they will explain what pushes them to treat her this way.
Believe me, we would never have reached such extremities if she had told us what we wanted. You see, we have been studying these beings that show, like you, such strange markings on their bodies. We call them metamorphs, but the natives call them Onol-Manawi. And we seek to learn through what process they metamorphosize. We heard talk of a cavern of knowledge. The savages hide all of their knowledge within them. And certainly all the secrets that interest us. We discovered one here, but are unable to enter. This woman, she knows how to enter. But as you have witnessed, she refuses to tell us how. To know we are so close to understanding such a fascinating phenomenon. And to be able to do nothing. Let's just say it has made us aggressive.
It's extremely regrettable. Free her. We would like to have a word with her.
She won't tell you anything. Let us handle this. She will give in at some point.
Afra?
I am so ashamed. To think that I worked alongside you. You are not sages. You are worth no more than a band of drunken brutes. And you shame me even more than the others. To think that we left our master's service together because of his cruelty.
You are unfair, Afra. We are so close to making a fantastic
J'avais peur, elle me regardait pendant qu'elle disait ça.
You know that deep down I am not like that.
Then prove it.
Ugh, free her now.
Ah.
We shall leave. Nothing more holds us here.
Bien.
How are you feeling?
Better now. Those Renaigse are absolute monsters. But who are you? You too are a Renaigse. Why have you freed me?
We were told at Shavar that you and you alone could tell us where to find High King Vinbarr.
I wish I knew where he was right now. He bid me farewell weeks ago and he has not returned. I waited a long time and then I came here. To enter into the Cavern of Knowledge.
You believe this is where he's hiding?
No. But he came here often before he disappeared. I'm hoping to find answers. You saved me. And so I must help you as well. You may come with me. The Cave of Knowledge is a bit further north.
J'espère pas en route. On va passer un peu devant histoire de la motiver. Je pense que c'est par là.
Here is the entrance to the Cavern of Knowledge. I hope that Vinbarr has left a clue to where he went. Something I could track.
Is it your wish to join him?
He is my Manundanem. That means the one who shares my mind in your language. We must be reunited.
I understand. But why protect the entrance to the cavern at the risk of your own life?
The Caverns of Knowledge are truly sacred places. Only the Doneigada have the right to enter.
But you're not a Doneigad, is that right?
I am not. But I must enter in spite of everything. And since you have helped me, you may enter as well. Even if I am not sure I can trust you. Because you spared these people. Remind yourself that this honor is immense and show respect. I implore you.
Put your fears to rest. We have not come to defile this sacred place. How do we enter?
Allow me. I have seen Vinbarr make these movements so many times.
Explorer la grotte. Oh, c'est joli.
The paint of this fresco is still fresh. It must have been painted recently. It's of a crowned man. Vinbarr, no doubt. It looks as if he's walking through the skies towards the volcano. A face has been painted on the volcano.
The spirit of the mountain. My heart did not betray me. Vinbarr has readied himself to join Enon Milfrichtemen.
Was that why you came in here? To confirm that supposition?
To understand, yes. As the years passed, my Minundanem grew more and more distant to me. I thought at first it was due to his status and the invasion of the Renaigse. But now I see that he was hearing the call of Enon Milfrichtemen. He had no choice but to answer it. Oh, Vinbarr, why did you not share this with me?
Ok, c'est le premier. Encore une jolie fresque.
These paintings are older. This looks like it represents a man who transforms himself into some kind of enormous bird.
He is a Denegad, becoming a Nadaig Meneman. Vinbarr was also bound to the mountain. It is no doubt the path he has chosen to follow.
If I understand correctly, the Donegada metamorph differently according to the place they are bound.
Yes. The Sinolmenawi bind them to a specific place, and in return they become the Guardians. But how could a Guardian of the Plains resemble a Guardian of the Mountains?
Do you believe that Vinbarr is readying himself to undergo this transformation? I thought it was a very slow process.
For some, it takes years. At least this is what is said. For others, it might take place the very moment where the Donegad surrenders to Enon Milfrichtemen. I hope only to have the time to bid him farewell.
Given how well hidden this seed was, it must open an important passage. All we have to do is find out which. This mural is also ancient. It seems to show a doorway into the mountain. This door appears to be in front of a circle of stone. There are 2 altars and 2 seeds.
The Donegada seal certain sacred places with root doors.
Yes, I've run into similar barriers. It's all a matter of finding the right seed. But here there are 2 that seem to be different. For one, the flower motifs seem to indicate which plant is required.
This is possible. The Caverns of Knowledge are used to initiate and transmit the knowledge of the Donegada. This painting must teach the younger how to reach the sacred place, where they will bind themselves.
In that case, shouldn't there be an illustration of the second plant?
The initiates also learn by listening to their masters.
Pas de truc à les choper là-haut, hein, parce que pas louper de trucs, hein.
On this one we see a sacred site with raised stones. And behind the face of the volcano, we also see the path that leads there. Like some sort of schematic.
This must certainly be the path the young apprentices must walk. And the Donegada that are prepared to surrender themselves to Enon Milfrichtemen.
Do you recognize the place where the entrance can be found?
I think so. It looks like the grotto that lies to the northwest of our village.
With all that we've learned from studying these paintings, we should be able to find Vinbarr. I just hope there's still enough of him left to answer us. And that Constantin is with him. And that he is still alive.
Who is Constantin? I thought you were looking for Vinbarr.
I seek them both. I had hoped
Comment
that
elle
Vinbarr would
s'énerve?
help me enter the sanctuary of Dorhad Genadu. But I learned from the Tierna Hach Kadactus that he took my cousin.
The Tierna told you this? And so you seek to avenge him?
No. Only to save my cousin and try to understand why.
None of what you say makes sense. Why would Vinbarr take your cousin? I don't understand. My head spins. I need to breathe fresh air. I shall await you outside.
Please, go ahead. We will join you soon.
Am I the only one to think this woman's departure is suspicious?
Sarah is upset, and I don't think that she trusts us. We should hurry and catch up to her.
I shouldn't have told her about Constantin. She must have thought we wanted to kill her husband.
Continuer par là. J'ai
This
effectivement.
door is locked. Sarah has put us in a very tricky situation.
We should have
Ouais.
noticed that she did not trust us. Well, let's search.
Super.
There must be another exit to this cave.
Attends, on vient de par là. On part ici. Ah merde. Pourquoi je suis descendu par là, moi? Je peux revenir sur mes pas ou pas? Ah là là, faut que j'y retourne. Voilà. J'étais ici. Ok. Ah, ok, je suis passé. C'est bizarre, j'ai persuadé que j'étais face à un mur. C'est par là. Hé. Trouver un moyen de sortir de la grotte, trouver le passage dans la montagne. Il est où là? Ah, d'accord, on est rentré là. Chut. Il faut aller là. Bah, il faut que je fasse mon chemin arrière, mais il n'y a rien de spécial. Alors c'est bien ce qui me semblait, une espèce de brouillard vert là. On peut le contourner ou pas? On a un mur.
These traps weren't here when we went through with Sarah earlier.
She must have set them to make sure that we wouldn't be able to
Oh,
follow her.
la
Let's
garce.
hurry and find this passage to the northern mountain before she decides to come and fight us directly.
Super. On n'aurait jamais dû lui parler de notre ami.
This is the place which was depicted on the mural in the Cave of Knowledge. Vinbarr must have hidden the passage to the sanctuary.
Ah, sur les traces du Haut-Roi, ça se termine et on commence le sanctuaire de Vinbarr. Bon, on est sur la bonne route. On va s'arrêter là et lors du prochain épisode, on continuera à retrouver la piste de Vinbarr avec peut-être sa femme qui risque de nous poser quelques soucis. Allez, très bonne fin de soirée à vous.